Listen, you know what time it is. It's time for another episode of your favorite new podcast entitled We Hate You Internet. All right, gather around. We were just discussing, the power and the passion with which I proclaimed our hate for the internet. We're in the place where they love to ask the question, what is your forte? It's Forte Studios here in Houston, Texas, and this is We Hate You Internet. It's a podcast designed to bring awareness to some of the negative or the problematic effects of the internet on our lives, as well as celebrate beautiful simplicity of our humanity. I'm Wilbert Hamilton. Sitting alongside me, okay, listen. She was telling me earlier that, she's certified in the streets. I didn't quite, believe her. Then I saw her come out with the ice white Air Force One. I said, okay. Then, of course, she matched it with the We Hate You Internet t-shirt.
Yep. Gotta show it off. It's art. You have to represent the art,
And apparently, she came back with a report that the people in the street are messing with it. Her name is
Clara Aguirre.
the OG Clara Aguirre. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, good people.
Happy New Year.
It's the first. As you're watching this, you know what I'm saying? Brand new year. Our mission is on for 1,000 subscribers gained this year. We're starting today. If you're seeing this, and if you haven't subscribed already, go subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We're on a mission. Help us in accomplishing our goals. And hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. If you're listening, go to YouTube, press pause, go to YouTube, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And help us on our mission to broaden the reach of this platform to the next human being. I'm feeling giddy right now. I don't know why. Maybe because of the sweater, you know what I'm saying? It's green like cabbage, as they say, in the new year, you eat cabbage. It brings the green into your life. I tried it last year. It didn't work. So I figured I'd try it again.
Apparently green is like the color for 2024 too, by the way. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be like bring you luck and stuff. So your timing is great.
Imagine that. Listen, man, we're going to jump into our topic for today. We want to talk about having the resolve to change, right? At this time of the year, everybody know what it is. It's New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying they're going to make this change and that change and all that jazz. If you can hear by my tone, I'm not one that's a big fan of New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
From my perspective, a new year is just a flip of a calendar. You know what I mean? It's just one day into the next, just like any other day. So I don't really give credence to one day being more important than the other. That's just my, personal viewpoint on life. It works for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock anybody else. You know what I'm saying? For the way they decide to live their life. But I'm not a fan.
That's funny though. I before we started recording, I was actually like scrolling through Instagram. There's this guy I train with. His name is Rick, and he always posts funny stories. But on one of his stories, he posted about New Year's resolution, and it said, it doesn't necessarily have to be about like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight or I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna do. It could be something fun. Like I think the post was, I'm gonna try 20 different pastas. I'm on a mission to try every single pasta that I can. Goodness. Or like it could be, something fun. It doesn't necessarily have to be like something that you're afraid to fail at,
That's a lot of carbs.
It's a lot of carbs. Hey, you need carbs though, and carbs are great. Don't enjoy your life, Enjoy your life.
Enjoy. But you're right, man. Enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we want to just talk about what it takes in order to make change in your life. I think that's a very important topic to discuss.
Yeah.
Even with it being New Year's and resolutions are being put in place, a lot of people are saying they're going to change, and about a third, it's already going to be game over.
Yeah.
But there are some people that really want to make some changes in their lives.
Yeah.
And they've picked this time to say, hey, man, it's a brand new year. I want to make a brand new start to my life. And they really want to make some changes. And so we want to put forth an episode, hopefully that can really be a benefit to you, to help you carry out and carry through the changes that you want to make. And so I was thinking to myself, with change, right? It is possible for an individual to change, just like that. In one day. It's possible for a person to make those kinds of adjustments in their lives. But then there's also, and that's one path of change. The other path is that it's a process. You know what I mean? It may be a slow turning process, a couple of events that happen, this and that add up to you making the necessary adjustments to be able to accomplish the change that you want to accomplish. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's important that individuals that are trying to change are aware and open to both paths, because every change in your life is not going to come the same way. You have to be, because some situations you may make a decision and boom, like that, you're done. And some instances, it may have to be a process that brings about the change. But if you're rigid on just one way of changing, then you may not be able to accomplish all the changing that you need to make or that you want to make in your life.
Yeah.
Lady, I know you got something you want to add because you got the raspberry glasses, which typically means for us, she finna be dropping that heavy-duty knowledge on us. Go on, lady.
No, I like that. That's a really good point. But I think that for me at least, when it comes to wanting change, like your goal, you have to keep solid. That's the thing that you have to be disciplined with. But you have to be willing to fluctuate and change, like your path on how to get there. Like the goal will always stay the same because that's what you want to get done. But you have to be willing to move through the weeds. You know what I mean? It's not up and down, it's left and right sometimes, and you have to be willing to accept that and learn that. Because if not, just because you're not getting this thing exactly how you want it, it doesn't mean you won't get it at all. You have to be, and which you are able to. You have to be willing to adapt. And that's how you grow. Really, if you're stuck on this one way of doing things, you're not going to get to where you want to be. You as a human, you can adapt, and you should adapt for you to get there.
That's a powerful point, lady. It makes me think of, and this is an example I want to give as far as the way individuals can change, right? So I'm gonna give you a story. This is back in the day when I wasn't such a good person. I was going through, I don't know, a phase, and I was being a little naughty.
Oh.
Yeah. I've changed. If my mama listening, I don't do these things with my mama. But let me see. I'm 13, 14 maybe. And back in the day, I was a young man, and I wanted to have, tough guy dogs, Rottweiler, pit bull, stuff like that. My mama was like, "Nah, you can't have no dogs like that around here." Yeah.
So you're getting a Yorkie. No, I'm kidding.
Imagine how tough I look walking that around. No, I ended up getting country dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Mutts that have been bred accidentally.
Those are sturdy dogs.
They are. Now that is true.
Yeah.
You saying you have a dog that has no home. He'll drink ditch water and frogs. That can't live
forever.
between. They have a goatee like an old sensei.
Yeah.
Ice white.
Yeah.
Live forever. Another dog be in the house all day long. He buried and gone. That man, he came to the funeral. But that dog been at every funeral in the neighborhood. He's still going. Something in that ditch water, I'm telling you. But anyway,
I'm sorry.
Off tags. So anyway, I always wanted one of those dogs. My mom wouldn't let me have them. It was an individual that I was associated with I'm gonna leave him nameless. But he used to acquire dogs illegally. It's really not funny. It's crazy. Yeah, he used to be taking people's dogs. You know what I mean, dog theft.
He was a dog napper?
Yes, he was a dog napper. It's really crazy because it's somebody's dog, but you know what I'm saying? It was so long ago. You know what I'm saying? So long ago. I've changed. But okay, anyway, so he started, I ended up seeing, he was having new dogs, and I was like, yo, man. And then he started showing me the ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not gonna get into the details of all the tactics. I don't think it's a good taste right now. But I learned, you know what I'm saying, how to acquire an animal from someone else's backyard. Oh man. Anyway, so I developed my skills. You know what I'm saying? I got some practice reps in. I was successful. Then I started, I started getting little animals. You know what I'm saying? And the game is you take them to somebody else's house. You know what I'm saying? And you get together. Somebody got a female, you may go get you a male, breed, now you get puppies. But that's the way. And then you kind of cycle them around houses and stuff like that. So anyway, this is like, 94 maybe? 94, 95, 1995. And, at this time, I saw this blue pit bull. And they said at this time they're rare, super rare. They like show dogs. That's the only people that got, they're elusive. They hadn't permeated the hood yet. And so I saw these people had this blue pit female. She was beautiful. And I saw her once. I was like, ooh. Now I saw her, and then I saw her again one time. She used to be down the street from my friend's house, one of my best friends. The people.
Yeah.
And it's almost like Gone in 60 Seconds, where he had that one Shelby Mustang that he just Eleanor he called it. It was like that. And so, but the dog used to be sitting out in their front yard, like by the garage, and you didn't see no cars there. And I was thinking, man, ain't no way that dog got abandoned. But I just see the dog sitting in the front, like, right in front of the garage. No house, nothing really going on around the house. So then I come by, you know what I'm saying? Go home after about a week of scoping out the place, go home, go bust open a pack of wieners, you know what I'm saying? You pitch it. Dog gonna do what they gonna do. They gonna eat. You hit them with another one. Come here. They kind of a little hesitant. Hit them with a third one. They like, okay, we're friends.
Yeah.
They come close, pet, smell, give them another one up close, and then they like, okay, cool, man, he's friendly. This is really messed up now. I'll explain it to now. Now I explain it now, it's pretty messed up. But we're talking about change. Stay with me. So I go home, get a leash, put the thing around us, dog walk me, we good, you know what I'm saying? I call this other individual, you know what I'm saying? Yo, I got this female. What? They come to the house. Boom. We grab them. Their family member had a male. It was like a brindle, tiger stripe, but it was kind of like a bluish tiger stripe, very rare, very rare, pretty dog male. I'm like, yo, breed them and get puppies. We give them the puppies. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Maybe either later on that day or the next day, I'm in the shower. Taking a shower. My parents are home. My older brother's home with me. I know he knows the story. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here, ding dong, at the doorbell, right? And so, I'm in the middle of the shower, I'm not thinking nothing of it. All of a sudden, boom, 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 on the door. Hey, Dwayne, get out of here. Dwayne, that's my middle name. People that know me when I'm growing, they know me as Dwayne. Get out of here. These people say you got their dog. I'm like, huh? I'm trying to retrace my steps. Like, which dog we talking about? Which dog we talking about?
Oh my God.
So I'm like, huh? These people say you got their dog. Get out of here. I dry off, you know what I'm saying? Put on some shorts or whatever, t-shirt. I come out looking all bewildered. And he opened up the door, and it's like a family outside. Like, it's like 6 people outside, little kid, an older, 3 adults like that. Where's our dog? They going crazy. Bro, where's our dog?
Oh my God.
They going raw. I'm like, I'm in a vortex, like, what?
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. And so One of the guys still like, whoa, everybody settle down. Listen. And they call this little kid Timmy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he emerged from the crowd, right? And they were like, is this him? He's like, it's him. And it's funny. I tell you, man, God, see, you get caught up. I tell you, and it's for good reason too. You need to stop. 2 days before I took the dog, I was at my friend's house. So I'll go right there, we kicking it. And my friend have two younger brothers. So his younger brother in there playing the video game. I walk in and his kid is sitting next to him. Right? They playing video games. I've never seen the kid before in my life. I didn't pay no attention to the kid. What's up? I speak, blah, blah. I'm going to holler at my friend. We're going to go and get into something, play basketball, something like that. Nothing crazy that day. And so I say about 10, 15 minutes while waiting then we leave. Fast forward 2 days, and the same kid emerged from the crowd. Is that him? Yeah, that's him. Then they go, where's our dog? Blah, blah, blah. Listen, if you give us our dog back, we won't press charges. And I'm like, whoa. I ain't never been no criminal, crime. And I was a good kid. It's just I went wrong. I just wanted a dog. Thank you.
Yeah.
You understand. Oh man. And so like I was able to make the phone call. I learned a lot that day. I like the phone call. Hey, man, with that dog, the people, I don't know what a dog is, the other person. And I'm like, what you mean you don't know what a dog is? We took it to blah, 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 blah. You said you gonna take it? Hold on. They make a phone call. Yeah, I think the dog is over. Now we said this was the plan. Why you acting like you don't know what's going on? We get in a car, we drive it here, then we drive to this, pick that person up, then we go into this person's house. His family member had the dog. So he come out like, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? Where's our dog? So this one lady she just going berserk every time.
Yeah.
That's her line. Where's our dog? Yeah, she got crazy.
Yeah.
And I guess she loved the animal, I guess. The dog was pretty expensive, had to be expensive. Had to be a couple $1,000 they had to pay for that dog. So anyway, so he's like, I don't know what's going on. They told me something else, so that the guy knew.
Yeah.
Because we dropped the dog off at the place. He knew what time it was. He agreed to the plan of breeding.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Then they finally like, blah, 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 blah. He went and got the dog, brought the dog out. And thanks be to God, they had no issue. They got their dog, they went home. I never saw him again. But we talking about changing like this. I never took a dog again. I learned my lesson that quick. This ain't the life for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like up until now, I had got 3 or 4 dogs before that. You know what I mean? I was still fresh in my career. But this was like a thing. And I was like, I got good at it. You know what I'm saying? Getting them off the backyards and like, you know what I mean? Opening up stuff. Like, it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's criminal activity. But ever since then, like I never stole anything ever again. You know what I'm saying? People can change in one day. You know what I'm saying? That's possible. But all change isn't like that. Now, I know you're going to talk about your journey, right? Now, I think this is the other side as far as how change can come, as far as it being a process.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that like this year in general has probably been like one of the most eventful years.
You mean last year?
Oh yes, last year. I'm sorry. It's like when you're writing, and you put the wrong date. That's me. Yeah, this past year is definitely been like probably one of the most eventful years of my life. It's been just so much going on, and it's so funny. I remember us talking about it. Like, you don't realize how much you're actually doing until you sit there and think about it. At the beginning of the year, one of the things that I really wanted to do was like change my lifestyle and get healthier. It was never with the intention to like lose weight. That was a byproduct. That was something that ended up happening. But the priority was to get healthy, because I feel like for so many people, it's something that like you feel bad about, like you wish it was different and you don't like the situation you're in. And that's kind of the repeating story. Like, it's not, and for me at least, I would try to get healthy, would do okay, and then it would fall back down again. But I think the biggest thing was like you'll never lose if you don't give up, you know? You just have to keep going. Even if you did mess up your diet, even if you did, you know, you stop working out for a week, 2 weeks, the only way you lose is by giving up. You have to go back and try again, keep going. And that's kind of something that I realized early on, because I was the type of person where I would do something like weight loss. I would eat healthy, work out, and then something would happen, something stressful in my life would happen, and I would kind of fall back down again. But what helped me the most this year is really evaluating where I'm at, who I am at the beginning of the year. Like, I think one of the best indicators of who you are as a person is examining the people who are around you. Like, if you don't know, like you really don't know, it's really difficult evaluating yourself sometimes. And if you don't know where you stand, look at your closest friends. Look at the people that you spend the most of your time with. If they drink heavily, if they're not where they're at in terms of school or their career, or they struggle with certain vices, it's likely that you have similar issues, because that's, birds of a feather flock together. That's just what it is. You get along with
that saying has lasted so long.
Yes. But keeping that in mind, the same approach can be applied to you wanting to change your life too. Like for me, I credit my positive changes in my life to the people that I have around me also. I could not have done it alone. If I didn't have the support or the love that I have around me, I don't think it would have been as easy, because prior to, I think that's what I was missing. I think that's what I felt like I had to do it alone. I felt like I needed to be strong enough to be disciplined but sometimes what helps you kind of get over those bumps is the people you have around you. And if you're not where you need to be, if you're falling short in certain areas, like really like you I don't want to say use the people around you, talk to them. If they really love you and care about you, I think they'll be honest, about what they see. And for me, at least, like that's something that, like in the beginning of the year, I told myself, I remember telling you too, like I really want to get healthy. I want to, and whatever that means, if I end up losing weight, great. If I don't, then that's fine too. But I really want to, I don't want to be old, my knees hurt, or I'm struggling to get up from a chair, or like walking is an issue. I don't want to do that anymore. Like I want to feel better about myself, and I don't want to feel anxious anymore. I really want to change for the better. All of that started with that decision. And then everything else it's a domino effect. And you start to see it in other aspects of your life too. So
How much weight have you lost?
I think in the course of the full year, like 35 to 40 pounds, because in the beginning
Impressive.
Thank you. Honestly, in the beginning, I didn't even weigh myself, because so this is a little personal, but I've always been someone, I struggle with body dysmorphia. I've always had problems with like how I view myself. And it's not to like beat myself down or anything, because for me, the type of individual I am, I value so much more what's on the inside than what appearances can bring. That's just who I am. So it never affected, of course it affected me, but it never changed who I was, because that's who I am. I don't really care what's on it's who you are as a person. And so in the beginning, I didn't weigh myself really. It was really when I started doing jiu-jitsu that I started like keeping track, because one of the things that it's very goal oriented, like you want to see your progress. And that's how it started. But initially I actually didn't weigh myself. It all was off like, okay, I'm going to make a daily goal. I'm not going to like say, oh, by the end of the year, I'm going to lose 50 pounds. No, it was a daily goal. It's like, okay, today I'm going to make sure to eat 3 times a day. I'm going to make sure that one of those meals has like no meat, like vegetables, and I, in the morning I have green juice, a smoothie, whatever. That was my goal. That's how my year started. That's how it began.
One day at a time.
Yeah, one day at a time. I didn't want to get lost in those little, it's not little. I didn't want to get lost in those big goals. So I took it one day at a time. Even goals like, okay, I'm going to make sure to like develop a better relationship. I don't want with my doctor, like understanding what blood work means, understanding what it means, like if you have elevated enzymes, understanding what it means, like if your cortisol is too high, how does this affect your hormones? Hormones are a major thing in your life.
Yes, they are.
And that's something that I really started to dive into further. Like, because again, there's what you're experiencing is probably a product of something else. Like your inability to lose weight or focus or get things done, you're procrastinating, it's probably a product of something else. Like that's something that I learned too, is if the fact that you can't clean your room or you're procrastinating, it's not that you're lazy. That is bringing up an emotion in you that you don't want to deal with, or a thought in you that you don't want to deal with. Like if there's something you've been putting off to the side, like really sit there and think about why, because that's important. So yeah, that's something that in the beginning of the year, I took a lot of time to learn from and to really connect with further. But
I love it. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of people that I'm sure can relate to every aspect of your story. And to think that like, I love that you really simplified it into daily goals. Mm-hmm. Just do this for today. And that goes right back to what we're talking about. Some processes of change, they will take time. You can't lose 40 pounds in a day.
Yeah.
Or in a week. Like you be in bad shape as far as your health is concerned.
Yes.
If you did that.
And you know what too? Like at the end of the day, the only real time is right now. Nothing else is real. The past is gone. The future does not exist yet. The only time that's real is right now. If you take the time to really think about it, you have to make choices actively. You have to actively decide for yourself, okay, I want to be healthy, so I'm not going to drink this soda. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there is that raspberry glasses moment that I was talking about. Heavy knowledge is being dropped right now. There is no past.
Well,
there is no future.
I don't need to get lost.
Yes, Clara. I'm motivated. I'm ready to go right now.
I'm just calling it like I see it.
I ain't done yet. What are your goals? Okay. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. There is no tomorrow.
Because it doesn't exist. It's gone. Yesterday, you cannot change anything that you did yesterday at all.
Hey, listen, I'm with you. Absolutely right. I'm with you. It was profound, powerful. You know what I'm saying? But I knew the moment was coming. When I saw you walk around the corner with the raspberry glasses, I said, it's time. Buckle up your seatbelts. We are going. Think about how. You know what I'm saying? It's all frazzled. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here. Finish your thought.
No. That's pretty much it. It's honestly, that's as simple as I can put it, because I don't want to get lost in it. I just feel like it's the truth, because I was always a person where I struggled with anxious thoughts. I felt the pressure of like, I'm not where I want to be. That in itself is why I wasn't where I wanted to be. Yeah. Is because all I could focus was on that. Yeah. Was a future that didn't exist yet. And again, at the end of the day, the only control you have is right now. Is this minute, this second, this day. That's the only control you have. Everything else, just block it out like a little horse with the little blinds. You have to focus on right now, today.
Type in only today in the comment section if you're watching. You know what I'm saying? Right now. You can't do it yesterday. You can't do it tomorrow. Well, I mean, I guess you could, but
who even knows that?
so do it today, doggone it.
Do it today.
That's gonna be it for our show. Hey, girl. Hey, all those aside, that's heavy duty right there. You want to change? Change today. You know what I'm saying? Focus on today. Do the things that need to be done today. Whether it's something that motivates you to change at the drop of a hat, or whether it's something that's going to take time, even with the time, one day at a time.
Yep.
Because that's all you get. You know what I'm saying? That's our episode for today. You know what I'm saying? Go back and listen to this again. You know what I'm saying? Because you may have missed it. You know what I'm saying? She was dropping heavy duty knowledge. You know what I'm saying? She said it herself. This is as simple as I can make it. If you missed it, just go back and get it again. Ride that merry-go-round one more time. Listen, people, you can change. If you're something that you're dealing with, you can change because people have been changing. The word is adapting. She used the word. People have been adapting for ages. You see what I'm saying? And you're just as human as anybody else. And so it's definitely possible. It just may need to be, you need to change your surroundings, change the people that you're around, and change your mentality about change. Instead of, I love the way you put it, powerful. Instead of getting lost in the big goal, because that's what happens to people all the time. I want to lose this. I want to gain this big, but your progress will only be one day at a time. Mm-hmm. You may fall off. Get back on. Keep riding.
Yeah.
And eventually, you'll get to the place where you're trying to go, man. That's just how it goes. One step, I always tell people, I tell myself, if you keep putting one foot in front of the other, you'll get wherever you're trying to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you do that. That's what it takes to change. We're going to leave you like we always do, asking that you stay safe.
Stay blessed.
Please, please, please stay human.